In a quiet little village, there lived a boy named Rohan, who carried big dreams within him. He longed to achieve something meaningful, something that would set his life apart. Each day, he filled his mind with motivation. He watched inspiring videos, read stories of success, and listened to the journeys of people who had overcome great challenges. These moments filled him with energy and hope, pushing him to believe that change was just one decision away. Motivated by the vision of a better future, Rohan would begin with great enthusiasm. He would wake up early, plan his day, and follow a new routine with determination. For a short time, everything seemed possible, but that feeling faded quickly. After just a few days, he would slip back into old patterns, waking up late, avoiding tasks, and falling into long hours of distraction. The cycle repeated itself. Brief periods of effort followed by even longer stretches of procrastination. This inconsistency began to wear him down. Frustrated and confused, Rohan questioned why motivation never seemed to last. What he didn't yet understand was that motivation alone was not enough. What he truly needed, what all lasting change is built upon, was discipline. One day, Rohan met his friend Karan, a boy well known in the village for his quiet strength and consistent habits. While others talked about their plans and dreams, Karan simply lived his routine with quiet determination. He woke up early every morning, followed a strict study schedule, and slowly but steadily made progress in everything he did. To Rohan, Karan's consistency was both admirable and mysterious. Unlike Rohan, who struggled with bursts of motivation followed by burnout, Karan seemed unaffected by highs and lows. There was no drama in his journey, just steady, deliberate action day after day. Rohan began to wonder what made the difference. Why was Karan able to stay on track while he himself kept falling off? As Rohan observed his friend more closely, he started to realize that Karan wasn't depending on fleeting feelings of excitement or motivation. His strength came from something deeper, something more reliable. That realization sparked curiosity in Rohan. Determined to understand more, he accepted Karan's offer to meet the next morning at sunrise by the riverbank. What awaited him there was a powerful lesson, not just about hard work, but about the true foundation of lasting success: discipline. The next morning, as the soft light of dawn spread across the sky, Rohan made his way to the riverbank. The air was still, the water calm, and a gentle mist rose above the surface. Sitting by the edge of the river was an old fisherman, his weathered hands resting on his knees, his eyes quiet and wise. Karan stood beside him, waiting. Without saying much, they sat together, watching the old man begin his daily routine. Despite the early hour and the chill in the air, the fisherman moved with calm confidence. He cast his net into the water, then waited patiently, unbothered by the possibility of catching nothing. There was no sign of rush, no trace of frustration. It was clear he had done this countless times before, through all kinds of weather and circumstances. As Rohan watched, he began to understand something important. This man did not rely on how he felt each morning. He didn't wait for a spark of motivation or the perfect moment. His actions came from habit, from duty, from discipline. The simplicity and quiet strength of the routine held a powerful lesson, one that would stay with Rohan long after that morning by the river. As they sat by the river, the old fisherman pointed to a tall bamboo tree growing nearby. Its slender frame swayed gently in the breeze, strong yet flexible. With a calm and steady voice, the old man began to share a story that had stayed with him for a lifetime. He spoke of a farmer who once planted a bamboo seed. Every day for 1 year, the farmer watered the soil, made sure it received sunlight, and tended to it with great care. But nothing happened, not even a sprout. People around him laughed, saying he was wasting his time. But he didn't stop. The second year passed, still nothing. The third year came and went, and again, no sign of growth. The fourth year brought the same silence from the soil, but the farmer remained patient and faithful to his routine. Then, in the fifth year, something incredible occurred. In just 6 weeks, the bamboo tree suddenly shot up to 90 feet tall. Beneath the surface, the roots had been growing strong and deep for 4 long years, preparing to support rapid growth when the time was right. This story revealed a truth that hit Rohan deeply. True growth often begins where no one can see it. As the story of the bamboo tree settled in Rohan's mind, something within him began to shift. For the first time, he truly understood what had been missing from his own journey. He had been chasing quick results, hoping for visible success after just a few days of effort. Whenever progress didn't appear right away, he gave up. But now he saw the bigger picture. Real change, just like the bamboo's growth, often starts invisibly. It builds slowly beneath the surface through small, repeated actions. Rohan realized that the people he admired, those who succeeded and stayed consistent, weren't fueled by constant motivation. They were guided by something stronger, the discipline to show up every day, no matter what. He had been waiting for inspiration to strike, for the perfect moment to begin, but there was no perfect moment. The truth was simple. Success belonged to those who kept going, even when no one was watching, even when nothing seemed to be happening. With a new sense of clarity, Rohan made a decision. He would stop waiting. From that day forward, he would build his life on discipline, not emotion. It was time to grow his own roots, patiently, steadily, and with purpose. From that day on, Rohan began to live differently. He no longer waited for excitement or the right mood to take action. Instead, he created a routine and committed to it. Each morning, he woke up early, even when he felt tired, even when the sky was dark and heavy with rain. He opened his books and studied, not because he felt inspired, but because he had decided that this was who he wanted to become. There were still days when doubts crept in, when progress felt too slow, when the work felt repetitive. But Rohan reminded himself of the bamboo tree, of the fisherman's quiet persistence. He knew that every small action was like watering the soil, building strength underground. Over time, those small steps added up. Weeks passed, then months, then years. Slowly but surely, Rohan transformed. The villagers began to notice. The once distracted boy had become one of the most focused, respected people in the community. When others asked him how he did it, what his secret was, he simply smiled and shared what he had learned. Motivation, he said, may come and go like the wind, but discipline, once rooted, will carry you through every season of life.